Welcome, everybody, to the Taco Cat Podcast, the E3 edition. Tyler, go ahead and... Oh, you did? Okay, good. There we go. All right, so on the podcast today is Kenny, of course. Kenny, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
All right, and Tyler, of course.
Always here.
Yeah, there we go. And for once, guys, we're all wearing our All Hail Taco Cat shirts.
Right.
For once, all of us at one time.
For once,
I brought this shirt like for the past 3 weeks, and we haven't done anything.
Well, why didn't
once
you wear
I've-
anything?
Because I didn't want it to get dirty for the podcast, which we never did.
And once in my life, I just looked into my closet and saw that it was coiled up in the far corner.
Ew.
That's not good.
It's not good at all.
Why?
But I at least...
Respect the TC,
At
man.
least one of the loads of laundry that I actually did was my Reds, so this got cleaned.
Oh yeah, no, mine was freshly folded and everything in my dresser. It was all great.
Mine
Good
was
for you.
locked, cocked, and ready to rock.
Yeah. Anyway, so like I said,
It was
it's
wrinkled up and rolled up in your goddamn backpack.
It was
So,
folded.
uh,
I unfolded it.
so like I said, this is our E3 kind of podcast. I guess this is kind of what the main bit is going to be about.
For the most part.
And before we start, I want to remind everybody that we will be at SAC Anime in September 3rd through the 5th, right?
I believe so. I believe it's the first weekend of September. I believe it's the Labor Day weekend.
Yes, I believe it is the first in September. Anyway, so we'll come out and see us. We'll be out there. We'll have a full exhibitors booth. We're gonna have a chance to do Let's Plays with us, podcast on the Saturday. It's all gonna be fun, and we would love to see you out there. So definitely come out and see it. It'll be great.
And hopefully merch.
Yeah, hopefully. Anyway, so anyway, because let's go ahead and start with E3. So, what do you think we should? Where do you think we should start at?
Trailers.
Okay, well, obviously trailers.
We'll go up and down. What was the most exciting thing you've seen?
Well, admittedly, I haven't seen a whole lot of E3 because work has been in the way, but I've been able to watch the Bethesda showcase. That was the one I was able to watch, and I was able to watch some of the Sony one and also some of the Xbox.
Okay.
So that's but like I said, not a whole lot I've seen, but yeah, it was a lot of stuff. But one thing I also got to see with E3 is the cynic in me also says, oh well, the E3 hype, E3 hype train, the hype balloon is pulling into the station to spray us with another form of refined shit diarrhea until we so we can throw our money at it.
Jesus Christ! No one's
Yeah.
asking for money yet. It's just trailers.
Oh no! Everybody's asking for money.
No, there's no price yet. We have to wait, and then we throw our money at it.
No, if you pre-purchase now for $59.99, so $60. If you prepay, the
Yeah.
$60, you're gonna get, the extra super duper holy shit package,
Yeah.
Or we're gonna announce the Kickstarter for this game. Oh, great!
I don't believe in Kickstarter.
Pre-order
I
now
was-
and get the remastered edition of the first game we did.
Yeah,
That actually sounds pretty legit.
but but it's the first game that they ever did.
Yeah, can you imagine the graphics on it now?
Jesus
Like if they completely did it in today's graphics.
Commodore
that would
64
be
now running at
amazing.
1080p and 60 frames.
No, oh god.
No, they
release
completely
the
redo the
first
art.
release the first Quake with
Dude.
DirectX 12.
Even though there is a new Quake coming out.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what we'll talk about. But
We're going to talk about a lot.
How much you
of
want to
shit.
bet they really did just give that Master Chief Collection and just painted over it?
I was
They just painted over it for the new console.
God damn it. Well, they
Well, I
couldn't
mean,
do
it's
much
not
worse.
necessarily-
They
not
couldn't do
necessarily
much
painted over.
worse.
Well, Quake was actually a very solid game.
No. Quake was fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the Halo,
the Master Chief
Collection.
They-
It's like Microsoft can't, Bungie can't do much worse.
No, I was saying that
You mean
Quake got the
343
same
can't do
treatment.
much worse.
Well, but Bungie did it.
Oh, never mind
It
then.
was their last Halo title.
Ignore me.
Anyway, so
They do a good job at it anyway.
So, what do you think we should talk about first? Let's go ahead and talk about the God of War trailer. I don't know if we got a subtitle with that one. It's just I think the God of War game, right?
Yeah, it's just right now
God of
it's
War
just
4.
God of War with obviously the Omega symbol. I believe either as the O in God or as the O in of. I think it's as the O in of.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like you said earlier in the chat, you're like, well, all the gods are dead. What are we gonna do now?
Yeah.
And from what I'm getting is it's kind of getting a Norse mythology kind of
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So now the world has expanded. We've always been kept on this small area. I mean, yeah. I mean, when we play it seems so grand, but obviously now we're playing on a much larger world where apparently all the gods exist,
Right.
Okay.
and apparently they don't interact with each other. I
What do you-
guess.
Oh, well, I mean, they sit on different pantheons, so I guess so.
Well, I mean, because if they did interact with each other, I think Zeus would have called like a tag team match with Odin, and I don't know.
Kratos still would have won.
Well, of course, yeah, we would have ripped their heads off and used them as boxing gloves. But that's besides the point. Is obviously they don't call for help from the other gods. They're isolated in their own area, which is awesome. So now we're going after Norse gods, which, holy hell, the battles galore. is what I'm
and
expecting.
we did see something about a son.
Yes.
Of Kratos.
Yes.
So we knew that
about
his
time.
thing was like he'd killed his family, and that was why he was so like
That's why he was pissed off,
Psycho.
and now he's so pissed off and manly that he has a full beard.
yeah, and I think that's going with a more.
bit of goatee.
Yeah, I think that's going with the Norse
True.
styling.
And-
so he has to have the beard to keep himself.
To,
And
to keep
actually-
himself warm.
Yeah.
The
Tyler-
dude is shirtless with tattoos all over his body still.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not keeping anything
And something
warm.
that Tyler and I went over too. We were watching all the trailers earlier, and one of the things that Tyler and I went over was it looked like the leveling system wasn't exactly going to be catering to Kratos, but more to his son.
It's like hey, that's an interesting
It's going to be
take.
more of a symmetric style player, more of a dual play between you and
So if I play as
Kratos' child.
if I play as a son, can I teach my father to love?
God damn it, no.
Actually, no. There was if you saw in the cutscene when he messed up his shot on the elk, there was a symbol in the corner that flared up, and that's when Kratos started yelling at him. But then the symbol faded, and that's when he calmed down.
So are we gonna do?
So obviously, the two are going to affect each other in both story and probably gameplay wise.
So is it gonna be
I'm
like
going to
a?
teach you how to love.
So is it gonna be like
Call
a
him-
Paragon
call
or
him
a
Daddy.
Renegade kind of thing for Mass Effect? Where it's like
don't-
left mouse button, you do the Renegade option, right mouse button, you
I
do the
think there's
Paragon.
just, I think it's just Kratos or less Kratos.
That's great.
But it looks like there is a game now, exclusive, I think a PS4 exclusive game that is getting that treatment, whereas the dialogue wheel.
Oh yeah, they're getting. I think they call it BioWare. The Bio Wheel.
Yeah, but Horizon
Bio
Zero
Wheel?
Dawn is getting BioWare.
Yeah. So that was which one? Which one was that one? That's
Robot
the-
Dinos.
Robot dinosaurs.
Yeah. So, but see, I don't need that. I got Orion already.
Yeah, but
But there
trust
are
me,
not robot dinosaurs.
you need this.
This
Right.
game
Okay,
shits
so
on.
sell this to me. Why do I need this in my life?
What? One word. 2 words. 2 words. Bluetooth headset. She has one of the characters that has a Bluetooth headset.
The main prototype.
I was like,
it was like the one
fucking
thing,
sold.
It was the one thing I looked
And
at.
now-
she's all tribal, and she has techno weapons and techno.
And now, not only
around.
that, but she also has. She also uses a bow that has fire damage. She has electricity. She can, you can actually hack into a robot dino, which is what we're going to call it right now, because that's fucking what it is. And you can actually tame it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a mount.
So like the Far Cry 4 Primal kind
In
of
a way,
thing. Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
In a way.
that's interesting.
They're also using that mechanic, the taming mechanic, in the new Legend of Zelda.
Man, you're jumping crazy, man.
Thank
You're
you.
all over-
Okay.
You're all over the place. Man. Let's focus.
Yeah, let's
reel it in.
Let's
I'm like Super Meat Boy, except I'm less fucking covered in meat.
so let's
Reel it in.
yeah okay so let's before we jump to that, let's go to Watch Dogs.
Sure.
So Watch Dogs 2, they had the reveal trailer
Yes.
a little while ago, and now they have their whole thing, and from what I'm getting is like the leveling system now is not so much like an experience-based one, but it's like they've put on the guys with like social media, so it's like your friends. So like how many people, how many friends you have on Facebook, how many people follow you on Twitter, kind of thing like that.
What if you're like a ghost?
I
What
mean,
if you're like just very ninja assassin and like no one spots you and you just don't interact with anybody?
Well, I mean that's
Well,
You
like-
just SOL when it comes to like the final fight.
I
or
hate
final
to toot
mission?
my own horn,
Well,
but
no,
if this was going based off of Twitter followers, I would be a higher level than both of you.
well, yeah, I'd be like
Come
level,
on.
I'd be like level
Screwed.
5.
I'm screwed.
Yeah, so I was like, no one gives a shit about what I say.
One thing.
I'm
I
surprised
saw,
people give a shit about what I say. So there you go.
I saw that was really awesome in the new Watch Dogs is multiplayer.
Yes.
Like massive world. It's a massive world multiplayer where you can actually see other players in your game.
Well, okay, so Watch Dogs, the original one had that, but it was basically let's be a dick to everybody.
Yes,
I hated that, and the moment I could turn it off, I fucking did.
Yes, and not only that, but now this one, it seems like it has more of a co-op aspect to it, where it's members of DedSec, and you can just wave at them, and then another button press, and hey, now you're doing co-op missions with this person.
Yeah, and I do like that aspect, and I do like the co-op mechanic, and I'm still nostalgic for classic co-op,
Yes.
but that's not bad.
That's not bad, and not only that, but now also not only just interacting with other players, but interacting with the world around you.
Yeah.
The hacking looks to be vastly improved versus Watch Dogs 1.
When they showed the tech demo, or not the tech demo, when they showed the demo of it, it was like a playable area and stuff like that, and you could the hacking had gotten a lot better streamlined. It was still in the Watch Dogs formula that they showed up in last time, so it wasn't like because let's be honest, they're not all not all hackers are people that are wearing trench coat,
Yes.
wearing cell phone wielding hacking giants. Most of them are basement dwelling neckbeards that
And
hack
this
all
guy,
that. That's all they do.
and the new main character, thankfully, is not a trench coat wearing, mask wearing son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say less personality.
But this
than
guy's actually a member
roll
of
toast.
DedSec, so it makes sense.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So one thing that's really cool about the hacking is has gotten a lot more inventive.
Yes.
You can now do multiple different things for hacking. So like before, it was like, okay, I go through this. Oh, I see a cell phone here.
Press B
I'm
to
gonna-
steal money.
Yeah.
Press B to turn that stoplight on.
Yeah.
Press B to raise these blockers up.
Yeah, well, like one
And
thing.
that was it.
Yeah, well, one thing that's really cool is like you see the cell phone and it's like distract guard. Well, you can distract him with like this sound or that sound. Or you can make it do something else. You can make it explode. You can make it do the sound effect to distract him. You can do a whole bunch of different stuff with it from that hacking menu, which is really cool.
Yes.
Also, you can hack and turn on cars, and I saw someone hack and turn on a car, and the girl was standing behind it, and it goes and it takes off, and she falls back behind it,
Yeah.
and it speeds it out and it T-bones someone in oncoming traffic, which was great.
Yes.
Also, the phone seems to be more of like an actual living, breathing interface, like a phone, like an actual phone kind
Well,
of thing.
it's
Like
a
that, as opposed to just like a menu with a phone texture kind of thing looking on it.
And at the end of the day, I'm just happy that we have a soundtrack in the car that isn't fucking show tunes.
Oh, well, I mean, I like show tunes, but that's, I do agree with you. It does get wary.
It gets weary because half the time I have to in Watch Dogs, to be honest. I play with the radio off because a lot of that music just didn't fit.
Well, I mean, and sometimes I play
Hello,
with.
my baby.
Sometimes.
Hello, my honey.
Hello, my ragtime
Got a
girl.
dancing xenomorph behind us right now.
Yeah, one of my.
Old school,
when I
man. It's
usually
a fraud.
play open world games, most of the time I actually do it with the radio off because like I'll listen to the soundtrack once, but then I'm like, One game that really got it good for me was Saints Row 4.
Yeah, because you could do it without having without being in a car.
Yeah, which is pretty great.
You can just have it playing around you, so you can just fly around listening to the touch or don't want to miss a thing.
Yeah, it
It
was
also
great.
seemed like you have your own music, your own soundtrack when you do a mission.
Yes.
As the guy did. He's like,
Yeah.
what do you say? Play me
Don't-
something fresh?
Play me something fresh, and don't sweat the technique comes on as he's about to sneak into a penthouse and do some stealthy assassination
That was
hacking
good.
shit.
and there's a lot.
That was
and,
nice.
And they've built it a lot more on. Asymmetrical
Yes.
hacking, so there's a lot more tools at your disposal, a lot more gadgets, cool things like that.
Everything's 3D printed.
Not only
Yeah.
that, but you're not running and gunning into every single damn
Unless you
mission
want to.
Unless you want to.
Now they're actually giving you an option. That one mission that they had in the demo where you go into the penthouse, they have even outright said you don't have to set foot in the penthouse to complete this mission.
Yeah, and they showed him like flying a drone and doing something like that. There's new drone mechanics. The driving has been apparently overhauled. But here's the thing: I was already burnt, really, really, really badly on Watch Dogs 1. On the first Watch Dogs,
Everyone was.
I was burnt. We all were. We're still feeling that.
Not
And
me.
So, you don't have any money.
Also, I wanted to wait. Because
Yeah.
everyone was like, ah.
Well,
I bought into the whole, let's wait and see what the reviewers say. And I was like, you know what? That sounds right.
yeah,
And it helps my wallet.
Weird right now.
Of course it is.
Anyway,
I'm getting all this cut tomorrow. So.
So, yeah, I wanted to do well. I really am just I'm praying, fingers crossed. Please, Ubisoft, do not fuck this like you did Assassin's Creed, please. And
Yes.
To be fair,
do it.
To be fair, number one, anything is possible. But to be fair, number two, we all saw the transition from Unity to Syndicate,
yeah,
which was much smoother and much better.
yes, agreed, absolutely agreed. All right.
So I'm thinking. So hopefully we have that same transition with Watch Dogs.
Sticking with Ubisoft real quick. So Trey Parker, Matt Stone came out with they unveiled the new South Park game,
The fractured
Fractured
The fractured butthole.
Fractured Butthole.
The fractured butthole.
They actually
Yeah.
didn't they announce this like last year?
They rumored that they were going to be working on the game, but they didn't say exactly what it was.
Oh, no,
I'm
they
pretty- yeah,
gave
I
out
thought
they gave out the title.
Yeah.
they
Did
gave out the title.
Yeah, it was
last
announced
year.
like last year that they were working on.
I was like, because all I got is that they said that they were working
And
on a new
I think
title
they
for
also
South
added
Park.
that they were going to be putting in the Coon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And that
it's
entire-
the
Well, I
their
mean-
modern heroes and not the Lord of the Rings setting.
Right.
Yeah, all right.
And
Yeah,
from what
Game
I
of Thrones,
saw,
yeah.
it
Oh,
looked
Game of
like
Thrones, I'm
it
sorry.
looked like the battle system was a lot more. There's a lot more to it than just the Paper Mario style.
Yeah, or the Final Fantasy esque
QuickTime
kind of QuickTime kind of things like that. Well, here's the
Yes,
thing
battles.
that was really cool. So, I'm so stoked about that because I was so unbelievably pleasantly surprised by Stick of Truth.
I think everyone was. I
it
think
was-
that game kicked a lot of ass for what it was, for being a licensed game.
Well, I mean, and also just how smoothly it transferred from the episode medium to the gameplay medium, and how the creators were massively involved and massively involved in this one.
Well, they're
And-
they're very anal about every project they're tied to.
Oh yeah, no, they absolutely are, and it showed.
They are huge perfectionists.
Yeah,
and they
see-
were very upset about the previous South Park games.
And
that-
also see
Flop.
Team America World Police. So
Yeah,
oh god, they hated that movie.
yeah.
yes. And also to
Well,
be
it was-
fair, I mean they didn't have to change that much.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it was pretty solid. I mean, the show aesthetic didn't have to change anything of that. But I thought what was really cool is they made it. They floated it with superheroes. I think a lot better. So now it's like it's now not just like the stand in a line turn by turn basis. Turn based still, but it's a tile system that goes like laterally, so it's almost like an isometric kind of style. Not top down kind of like that, but like there's squares and hexes
Like
and things
tactics.
like that. Yeah, kind of similar. Yeah, not in that same perspective per se, but
Yeah.
like that. And so there are moves that will knock people back. A couple spaces. There will be ones that'll affect areas and lines and things like that. And so there's a lot of really cool.
So do you think we're gonna get a knockout mechanic then? Like we can knock people out of the area?
I don't think we're gonna get a knockout mechanic. That would be something interesting, but I don't think it would fit with the story or style. You know what I mean? And now it's like
Story or style?
Yeah.
In the last game, you beat a night guard and steal his stuff. You fight aliens. You take over his ship.
yeah, but they all stay there. You don't knock them off the
Yes.
map.
Yeah.
So because you got
But you
to
also
be able to
fart
fart
on
on
them.
Yeah, I know you
Yes.
got to be able to fart on them, Tyler. There's an achievement for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an achievement for farting on every single character in that game. I have it. Thank you very much.
There you go.
But and now apparently like your farts have like some kind of other magical power. I'm not entirely sure if you're still playing the same new kid or if you're playing a new kid, another new kid. But
It'd be
really,
funny if the new kid from the last game comes to this new game, he's like, "Get out, run, run."
this is what happens when you move to a quiet little mountain town. But I'm really interested to see how it turns out.
Yes.
It's really great. All of the that the Coon and Friends story arc and the Mysterion story arcs are like my favorite of them. I love Kenny as Mysterion.
Thank you.
I love
They flushed out his character a whole lot in that superhero arc.
Right.
yeah, it really
Like,
did.
crazy a lot.
And and it's just like it was like wow, Kenny's actually the best character out of all of them.
I knew that since
Probably.
like
Everyone-
the third season.
It's like everyone else is a shithead, but Kenny's all right.
Butters is
Well, I mean, but Butters I think is my favorite character, but Butters is in a different league. He's just Butters. He's just Butters.
Kenny and Butters are tied for like my favorite characters.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm interested to see if Mint Berry Crunch also makes
Well,
makes an
obviously.
appearance. Well, it's like I wonder if he'll make an appearance or if he'll be like one of those like superhero call-ins, like like how you could call in Jesus and you could call in Al Gore and you could call in
Jesus.
Mr. Hanky.
Lock and load.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the best.
But you know what game I'm like super stoked for?
Yeah, so go ahead, move on.
Titanfall 2.
I am very excited for that.
And not only because Titanfall was a phenomenal game. It was a
was.
very solid game. The multiplayer was great, which I guess that's all there was to the game was just a solid multiplayer.
And the sad thing is out of any first-person shooter that came out that year, Titanfall was the only one that year that I could literally go back to and play at any time.
Yeah, and you know, Titanfall disappointed me.
Yes.
Again, because here's the thing, the same thing happened with Battlefront. I do not believe in a all multiplayer game, nothing but multiplayer focus, and you cannot even begin to try to sell me that there was any single player aspect of it whatsoever. But that is not worth the same as a full retail priced single player multiplayer experience.
Well, hold on to your mech suit there,
here's
Jake.
the thing. Well, wait, why?
Well, stand by for Titanfall there, Jake, because
Titanfall 2, as released, is announcing single player campaign
yes,
with story.
with story.
Yeah, and in fact, the trailer itself, it looks amazing. They're fleshing out their world. So it's
And they're actually
single player
looks like
campaign.
they're putting some lore behind it.
lore.
They're actually putting some.
There's animals, damn it, animals.
And the Titans actually have some kind of personality with their AI.
And to top it all off,
Mechs
with
swords.
because nothing says futuristic efficiency
Not only that,
like
but
a
it looks
mech
like
with
the-
a sword.
But it looks like they're also getting specialized executions as well.
Katana arms.
That was amazing. Don't deny it.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I will, however, be upset if there is a drift system. What do you mean to rely on my teammate to pilot this mech?
Well, that's
All
a-
right, left foot. Does the splits. Well, damn it, we're not going anywhere.
Well, now think about it. Well, that's okay, Tyler, because you can just have your Titan just throw you across the goddamn map.
Yes.
And then you can just go into a free running mechanic.
You see, I'm interested to see what kind of story they'll put in it, because I mean, let's be honest, there was no fucking story.
Win or loss at all.
Yeah,
What the hell?
It's just-
you could win, or that's what killed Titanfall for me personally from a game aspect.
it didn't fucking matter.
I can play it, and the gameplay is good, and I can go back to it. But the fact of the matter is, win or lose in the story campaign, it does not matter, which makes your story campaign like a fucking
Why?
pen that has been broken in half. It is goddamn pointless.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like it had so much potential.
It's like Evolve. Evolve had so much potential, but both games just squandered everything they
Yeah.
could.
I mean, at least Titanfall didn't run itself into the ground as bad as Evolve did. But
yeah, I agree.
But it was good. And here's the thing, you know, I don't want to call a Duty story where it's just like you know, run here, shoot NPC A because reason
You can't-
unclear B.
Well, you can't do that with Titanfall. I mean, the free running mechanics, you can't be limited to that kind of.
Yes, and not only
Well,
that,
I mean,
but it also
but
looks like it's giving
story.
a player dynamic between the Titan and the character.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want to be jumping from linear shooting set piece to linear shooting set piece to anything like that. I'm
I'll just
I'm
be happy
sick
if
of
they
it.
flesh out the lore because Titanfall had like a phenomenal background, like
And had a phenomenal
not just
concept.
background, but like everything in it, like all
Yes.
the things you heard about and when the comms came on during the campaign.
Yeah.
Running through the buildings, the AI, the little robots that fought alongside you, like it was like someone drew a picture, but then you have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And
Why is it doing this?
why?
Yeah.
But now we're gonna find out why. We're gonna find out what this war is about. We're gonna figure out how the mechs work. Why these soldiers work. Why?
Yeah.
And that's all I'm excited for.
Well, now let's move on to another thing real quick. I just want to touch bases on Mafia 3.
Okay.
That was another game. I'm a huge fan of the Mafia series. I have been since the PS1. And I loved Mafia 2. I wish that they had been a little less linear. It was. I mean, it gave you this big whole world of Empire City, New York City to work with, but it kind of. But it was just like go from point A to point B. Really, that's all it was. And in this one, now you're going to play Lincoln Clay. He's a Vietnam veteran, and he's been running with like a black gang in this town called New Bordeaux, which is supposed to be like New Orleans kind of thing like that. And the Italian mafia comes in and kills a whole bunch of them and leaves him for dead, and he's saved, and now he's going to try to take back New Bordeaux from them and basically make it his own. And there are a lot of really cool new mechanics in it. There's there's sit downs, so like you'll have 3 of your underbosses. So there's an Irishman, there's Vito Scaletta, which is actually the main character from the last game. Was the Italian guy, and I believe another girl named Cassandra, who's I guess one of the black gang members leaders. And so Lincoln Clay, your character, is the one that's in like the beginning. It's like you'll conquer areas, and so you'll have a sit down at the end of every conquer mission, and one of them will say, "Oh, well, this will be a great place to run guns. Oh, this will be a great place to set up illegal gambling. This is a great place to set up, booze smuggling, stuff like that."
And these are conquer missions, right?
Yes. No.
Is one of them titled Bad Fur Day?
No, it is not titled Bad Fur Day.
Well, my thing, what I'm wondering is, like, are you gonna have a rebellion if you don't listen to
Yes.
members?
Yeah.
So, like, if the Irish guy, he's been like telling you, "Hey, we need to run guns. We need more guns, damn it."
Yes, actually, and that's actually
I like the gambling.
that's actually something they showed in their trailer. Actually, so
You don't want to make an enemy of the Irish.
Yeah. So if you don't favor one of your underbosses for so long, and you start going with one of them, they'll turn against you, and they'll become an enemy really in the game. And so you'll have to go to like their stronghold, and you'll have to take them down, or they'll start screwing with your business, or go and attack you and trying to kill you, and things like that. It's really a cool mechanic, and I'm like, oh my god! And the choices actually seem to have consequences, which is kind of interesting.
Yes.
Really, one thing to do that: kill them all, take it all over.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah. Well, so what I'm thinking is that like if you give them the territories, I don't know about this, but this would be an interesting thing. So if you give them the territories, and then they leave, they keep those territories, and then you've got to conquer them back. I think that would be a really cool mechanic.
Yes.
But why would you want to keep reconquering?
Well, because the underboss that left was in control of those sections of the city.
Oh, okay.
So that I think I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's one thing. The driving apparently has been overhauled. Another thing which is great. The soundtrack is supposed to be very good, and the only thing I'm worried about is that they do too much. I don't want them to do too much.
Yeah.
And it's a solid game, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I agree.
So
And now there's one game that I want to talk about. One game that I saw, one game that Tyler saw, that we are both extremely looking forward to immensely. It's a game that everyone is talking about right now, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
I did not see that trailer.
Oh God,
Oh,
beautiful.
it is a gorgeous open world.
It's the kind of Zelda game that makes you want to go out and get the console just for it.
You think so?
I know
because
so.
I have still not found an adequate reason to buy a Wii U.
This would
about
be
like
that
this.
reason. This is going to be Nintendo's Halo.
Yeah, this thing about this, you can.
Okay.
You have the open world.
I'm going to tell you 5 things that's wrong with that sentence in a minute.
Xbox.
You have the
Halo.
open world. You have the sail from Skyward Sword that you use to traverse the world, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I
guess
I don't know why everybody shot on Skyward Sword. I liked it.
And you can actually sail down to in the open world. You can tame horses. And the transitions are are seamless. So you'll be riding through a forest area, and you'll start to see patches of snow, randomly scattered across, patches of snow and trees until you reach the snowy mountains. You will have the ability to climb up trees and climb on walls. You have a jump button in a Zelda game.
You mean not a contextual A button jump?
Not a contextual A button. No, you have a jump button in this game, sir.
Oh God! Oh, someone stopped the fucking presses. Nintendo figured out something that was supposed to be done 30 fucking years ago.
And scope-wise, and I told this to Tyler, the game feels to me a little bit like Shadow of the Colossus, where you're this smaller character in this huge world.
Don't get me wrong. I love Nintendo. I have a 3DS. I play it all the time.
Yes.
I have a Wii. I have a Nintendo 64. I love. I've played all the Zelda games. I've played all the Paper Mario games, and I've played most of the Mario games. Okay, I love them. But release the same game 10 million times. Be called the savior of gaming.
this is-
Be Nintendo.
This is
is
definitely more of a return to form to the original, and I mean the OG NES Zelda, Legend of Zelda, where it's an open world and you can pretty much go wherever you want.
You mean Link to the Past,
Thank you.
or Link to the Link Between Worlds, or Zelda?
Well-
yeah. You mean like the thing that came out for the 3DS, like, you know, what, 3 years ago?
Isn't the map size going to rival that of Skyrim?
Yep.
Like, it's huge. Not only that, the environment is super interactive.
Yep.
Trees can be cut down.
Well-
Boulders can be moved. You can set fire to the plains.
Well, here's the biggest thing. Is it going to be for the NX, or is it going to be for the U?
I think.
Well, here's the bigger question.
'Cause that's what
Jake.
they're
Is
playing
it
on.
going to be for you?
Maybe.
Because they
Here's
played
the
it
thing.
on the Wii U. That's what
Like-
the game played.
Yeah, I would say here's the thing. I'll shit on it all I want, but am I going to probably buy it? Probably.
Yeah.
That is a distinct possibility.
Yes.
I'm probably just gonna wait till the new console comes out. Everyone's willing to get rid of their U's,
Yeah.
buy it, then get the Zelda game,
maybe.
and then be 2 games behind the story.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Actually, it takes
And-
place years afterwards, right?
well, the
Zelda timeline.
established Zelda timeline is very
because-
difficult.
And this is going to be a spoiler for Jake, but near the end of the trailer, Tyler, we saw the Master Sword, and it looked rusted.
Yeah, it's all fucked up, dude.
Well, I mean that does not necessarily mean that it's been a long time. I mean that just could mean that that's the new aesthetic they're going for.
Sure.
The Mazda swords, it's like that's been pristine throughout all the series. Now it's just gonna look rusted and chipped.
Well, when you pull it out, it'll probably fix itself.
Yeah, because you're releasing the spirit
you're
of
the-
Phi within the sword, and
Fee.
Phi, Fo, Fum.
Get it fucking right, Englishman. Anyway,
God damn it.
So
I don't know. I think it'd be cool to wield a broken, busted up Master Sword.
well, then just use the giant's knife. I mean, it only lasts like 3 swings.
Yeah, or just just get all your gold pieces and fucking get the gilded sword.
You mean you mean your rupees?
Rupees, man.
No, you actually use gold powder
Oh, okay.
in Majora's Mask to get the
Yeah,
Gilded
yeah.
sword.
Man, it's been a while since I played Majora's Mask.
But
my favorite.
Maybe that's what this main story is. I mean, maybe in this Zelda game,
Yes.
the purpose is to fix the Master Sword.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Well, all we know is Hyrule's in danger, and Link's got to go fuck shit up.
Yeah,
Which
and
Hyrule?
Also,
All of Hyrule.
Also-
All of
voice
the
acting.
Hyrules. Yeah, actual voice acting.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, don't
Not for Link. Not
Okay,
for
thank
Link.
God. I was like, okay,
Not
I'm
for
done.
Link by the look of it.
What if you actually had what if they came out with a microphone and you have to talk for Link?
That would be pretty sweet, but that's way
Yes.
too much.
And now
I don't know.
and-
Why it's Nintendo. Who
yeah,
knows?
just
what they'll
imagine
do?
it's like the Mega Man, and it's like the Mega Man anime that they had in like Mega Man 6 or Mega
You
Man 7,
shut your mouth
where
about
they
that.
had the high pitched squeaky voice on
You
Mega Man.
shut your mouth.
Hey, Bass!
God, see, Link's one of those iconic characters where you don't want him to have a voice because he's always had a certain voice in your head.
Actually,
I mean, and it's going to be interesting with how long these guys have, how long all of the people have had no voice acting, that now all of the voices are going to be different to what I was
a
thinking in
thought
my
just
head. you know
popped
what
in
I
my
mean?
head that a character gets snarky with Link in the new Zelda game, and he just turns around and goes, "Well, excuse me,
princess. God
That'd
damn
be
it.
funny as hell.
Aneurysm. But he's already been voice acting in the previous games. I mean, he doesn't have words. but They just makes noises. So what would be so?
Ah!
Yeah, would it
Ba-
be so
basic-
bad if they?
Basic Animu sounds, Tyler. You know
Yes.
this.
Would it be so bad if they got him to voice act?
It's like how much work Nolan North put in for the hero of Fable 2.
Hi. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't
Nice
see
to
what
meet
your
you.
issue
Yes,
is with him being voice acted.
It doesn't-
I mean,
I
he's
could
already
give
been
a shit.
partially done with reaction sounds.
partially voice acted my ass.
With reaction sounds, just get him the voice actor to say words.
Nah, not even close.
Use your words.
See,
What do you mean? Like, how different is the voice in your head How
we
different is it
go.
from the sounds?
It would be completely different from what the voice actor would be. It wouldn't matter who it is, unless it is unless they get my brain waves, are able to figure out exactly what I perceive when I think of Link. Then it's going to be completely fucking different.
A Link that's been had sounds come out of his mouth before.
Yes, but it's all the
Yeah.
hey. But see, I can make those noises, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, dude, you can make all those
Kinda.
noises as long as you clean up after yourself. So, God damn you!
Anyway, I'm good at that. Anyway,
Jesus
so
Christ on a crutch.
So last bit I want to talk about the Bethesda showcase before we go. Yeah, I know. Quake
Yes,
just got announced. Quake Champions,
yes.
and
Overwatch reskin.
dude, Overwatch. Okay, Overwatch is a good game. Overwatch could not lick Quake's left bollock at all. Not even close. Quake.
Finally, they found it.
Quake is
How
the
many years since we had a Quake game?
Oh, damn near
like
15.
15, yeah, 12, 15 years.
Duke Nukem syndrome.
Tyler, not even.
Don't even.
Not even. Especially with Doom. No. id Software is going to do this one right.
Hopefully.
They're going to do it fucking
Yeah.
right.
That's what they said about Duke Nukem, man.
That's 3D Realms. That's a completely different company.
That was
Doesn't
3D
matter.
Realm, Piranha, Triptych,
Doesn't
2K,
matter.
Gearbox.
It's
Yeah,
been so long, man.
You had 5 dicks in that game. Let's be
there
honest.
were too
here.
many
It's gonna
Quakes,
be a-
Tyler.
It's going to be a
doesn't
worn
matter.
out. It's going to be a worn out,
Until I see it,
useless,
man.
cum
Until
covered
I
mess
see it.
by the end of it.
Well, see,
And then we
here's-
have
It's
to
been
work
too
with
long.
it.
Here's the thing. Quake is one of those just super iconic games, and you can really you can look back to Quake.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for massive milestones in all of gaming history.
Well, of course.
It's the first truly 3D shooter game. Everything else before
Yes.
that was 2.5.
Pretty much.
So it was 2D images, but presented in a way that was 3-dimensional. You could go up and down in between things, so you could stack levels, which was fantastic. So you didn't have to
Yes.
go through micro teleporters. Also, another thing that was really cool about it too was the fact that it was the first thing to use OpenGL. So it was the first time that when 2D and 3D graphics cards were things before it was all just unified into one graphics card. It was it used OpenGL to make Excel Quake or whatever
Yes.
or Quake Excel, and it was smoother. It was higher frame rates. It was fantastic, and you can look at a lot of top-notch games using the Quake engines, which
And it's also one of those games that was also easily modifiable. So then we started getting, the arenas, and also the first ever Team Fortress.
Yeah.
Was a modified version of Quake.
Yeah, and so it owes a lot of gaming history owes
Right.
a lot to Quake, and so to call it a reskin of Overwatch is to just
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what they do.
I'm just having a laugh.
Well, I'm wondering if it's gonna be like a Quake Arena kind of style, or if it's gonna be like Quake,
what it looks like.
Quake proper, like the
Funny
Quake
enough, Quake is actually the first M-rated game that I've ever played.
one. Really?
Yeah, because whenever I used to go to Blockbuster as a little kid, I must have been like 8 years old. I just picked that game up at random, and my sister just kind of looked at me and was like, "Ooh, Kenny picked an M-rated game," and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
It's like I don't know what this means. ESRB.
And then
Yeah,
I put it in, and I was like,
Mortal
"I don't
Kombat to thank for
understand
that.
what I'm doing. This is weird blarg."
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm really nostalgic for
Yes.
it. I mean, I got it back with share when I got the shareware version, and then I got the full register version. I won't explain what that is, but anyway, it's pretty great,
Yes.
and I loved that. And then they talked about also a new title that is being done by the same people who did Dishonored and Dishonored 2.
Yes.
Which is also wasn't announced there, but it's coming out.
And also, they're also going to be doing a new Xbox model as well, the Model S.
Yeah, jump into that one real quick. Oh, and Skyrim HD, which I'm kind of pissed off about. I mean, I'm gonna get it for free because I have all of this stuff for Skyrim on the PC. So Todd Howard said that I'm entitled to a free HD remaster. So I'm fine with that. Good on you, Todd. Thank you for understanding that. Thank you, Bethesda as a group. Thank you for understanding that PC gamers and PC people, we're the people that kind of make the longevity of the game.
Yes. Yes.
You know, people are making mods. I've dabbled into mods, and I've gotten in and really gotten to know the creation engine, and it's fun. It's fun to do wacky things with it, and I'm glad that they didn't decide to dick us over again by making us pay like $60 to $70 for an HD remaster of a 2011 game, which is great. Which is stuff I could have already gotten with my high-end graphics mods anyway, which I already do. But it's nice to have it in a spec that'll work, and I won't have to troubleshoot it all.
You don't like the Batman plan?
No, I don't like the Batman plan.
You don't like the Batman plan?
I do not. I mean,
Poor Batman.
But I mean, here's the thing. Skyrim is out far enough to where it's kind of acceptable, I think. But anyway, that's just me. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump on to.
I will not get it unless there's Macho Man Randy Savage Dragons Friday.
Oh yeah, no, and you're gonna get and the console versions, you are gonna get mod support natively for PS4 and Xbox.
So you're going to get your Macho Man Randy Savage. You're going to get your Thomas the Tank engines.
Yeah.
That is some nightmares.
That was fantastic.
And if
We
you
gotta
are
build a
feeling
wall.
and if you are feeling froggy, or I'm going to say if you're feeling like horsing around, you're going to get your MLP dragons as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all great.
No.
It's all
of it
beautiful.
was fantastic.
And
It
you'll
was-
all be able to do it natively on your new Xbox One Model S.
Yeah, it was so great. It was so satisfying to
Yes.
to slaughter Rainbow Dash
Multiple
Alduin.
times
It was
over.
fucking great.
Do you want to talk about this afterwards?
No, I
Okay.
don't like bronies. That's my thing, man.
You okay, man?
No.
Wow. All right.
I'm a sad, sick, and horrid little monster raised by a bad mommy.
Well, I already knew that.
Bad mommy. That's a Joe cartoon reference that I don't think anybody will get because that was like 2001. Anyway,
Well then,
about?
back to the Xbox S.
yeah. So back to the Xbox S. So it's a thinner Xbox.
It's a slimmer Xbox. I don't know the exact specification on the size differential, but it's got a size differential. It's 4K video.
Yeah.
It's 2 terabytes of hard drive space natively.
I thought it was one.
Two
Two? Okay.
for $299.
And they did take out, but see, what the thing is that how they saved on the space, they took the power converter, the power supply, the PSU out and put it onto the cord.
Oh, it's like the Xbox 360 had.
Yeah, and like with what
Which is
the
fine.
slim PlayStation 2 did.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
So, yeah.
You know, it just means you got a bit of a bigger brick to carry around when you're carrying around your one. That's
Yeah.
okay.
I think they just should replace it with the Hot Pocket cooker. Just saying.
Xbox Hot Pockets.
Yes.
That'd be amazing. The future won't be here until that.
I think I did I show you that video? There's a video of a guy who actually
No, you haven't
hooked
showed
up-
me. You
I
keep
got-
telling me
I
about
gotta-
it, but
I gotta
you won't
you.
show me it.
Oh my god, it's fantastic.
Yeah, because every time he goes to show you it, then we decide to play dice games, and then we decide
Yeah,
to
we never get anything done.
hit the sack.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
surprised we've gotten this far.
Yeah, well,
Speaking of which, we should
so
probably start.
yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
We're gonna
but
wrap it up.
Here's the thing: from a technological standpoint, Project Scorpio, or is that what they call Scorpio, and the 4K native resolution thing,
Yes.
that I'm surprised. I would love to see them try. But see, here's the thing: the Nvidia and AMD, who are the two major graphics card makers,
Yes.
they just came out with a new product line. Well, Nvidia did. AMD is still pretty coy about their new. I think it's.
Don't play coy with me,
I think it's not Polaris. I think it's their Polaris architecture. But the GPUs that utilize it are like this big.
Yes.
You know, they're designed to fit into towers of PCs. And I mean, and they do shrink them down for mobile models, but you can't expect them to have the same graphics capability as a full like GTX 1080. You can't expect the GTX 1080M to have the exact same quality. It's just not going to happen because the size. Also, how are they going to deal with the heat? And maybe they're going to stop some of the heat by having the power supply off board, but still 4K video, especially if it's live rendering at 60 FPS. I mean, and God forbid it try to go up to 120. I don't think they'll even do that, but that puts out a lot of fucking heat, and that's a huge power draw.
That's right. More than half the side of the Xbox One Model S, and I've already seen the model online, is perforated.
Well, yeah, but I'm just wondering how they're gonna cool it, because that's still a lot of heat that thing's gonna generate. But hey, if they can do it and they can condense 4K,
Cool it with Powerade.
You
could probably.
motherfucker.
Well, no, you probably couldn't. I mean, if you put like a custom mod
Let's
for
get
it,
the
yeah,
Powerade.
you probably could. Yeah,
Let's get the
Yes.
Powerade.
yeah.
And
But-
all for nearly half of what the original Xbox One sold at launch.
I don't think that this is gonna kill the PS to PS4.
No.
And I don't think that it's going to destroy the Xbox One's market. I don't think it's gonna.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be pretty much a lateral move.
Yes.
It might get some more adopters because the shiny 4K, but
But also
2
the,
terabytes.
and 2
Yeah.
terabytes of hard drive space that you can store games into versus the 500 gigs or the full tera.
Yeah, and I think that is going to be something. But but see, here's the thing: my PlayStation 4 did that on day one for me because I got a $50 2 terabyte expansion hard drive.
Good for you.
And plugged it in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, oh yay, welcome to Xbox. You're like 2 years late. Thanks. Thank you for showing
That's
up.
gonna be cake.
Yeah. But other than
All right. Well, now it's time we start to.
yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. So, what do you think about the E3 coverage that's been going on? We've pretty much, so far it's been great, but I'm, like I said, I'm a little cynical. I just try to keep
course
it
you
all
are.
with a grain of salt. But, and of course, there's loads more on E3 that we didn't cover in this podcast, but hopefully you enjoyed what we did and didn't mind what we didn't. Final thoughts, Tyler?
Well, I've already bought my ticket.
Okay.
I'm on the hype train. Chew.
And Kenny, final thoughts?
Dicks.
All right, great. Well,
Riveting.
my final thoughts on it are we'll just see how things develop. Again, we can't really decide on how anything is going to turn out because these are games yet again we have not played yet.
Or will
So,
come out in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, and some are like a year to 2 years out already. So anyway, but thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Last bit of information: we are going to be at SAC Anime again. We'll be there from September 3rd to the 5th, that whole weekend. So come out and join us. See us if you're going to be out there. Say hi. Join in a Let's Play with us. And maybe get a chance to see the podcast live and maybe be a part of it. Who knows? Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you've had fun watching this. Meow meow crunch crunch. All hail Taco Cat. Kenny?
Keep being you because you
are
Awesome.
Take care, everybody.
buy the shirt.
I didn't mean to hurt you.